In the morning when I get up, I wish that we could stop.
I have always felt things intensely. So intense that it at times felt like I was not able to even process my own feelings. My feelings simply didn't feel compatible with my system's processing abilities. I felt like a system malfunction that no user manual could help me out of. This has caused a lot of challenges for me. While I've always been great at reflecting upon my feelings retrospectively, handling them in a controlled manner was never possible. I simply didn't have the tool in my toolbox. But just as I grew up and got to know myself better and started to develop some useful tools, I kind of lost this ability to feel so intensely. I guess life shaped and formed me, and for the past years, when life has been too hard, I have resolved to feeling numb, passive, neutral. And where crying was second nature to me in the past, I now miss this great belief that crying really is. It wasn't a choice per se, it just kinda happened. Like years and years of overloading my system with intense feelings ultimately led to a system meltdown.
You're everything I ever hoped to see.
So today I have gone to the beach. I booked a car to have for the day, and I went to this area in the northern part of Denmark, which has a really cute beach. I really love this area. It's so beautiful. It's really close to Sweden actually, and it's just very much stereotypical Danish beach. It's so cute. And then it's a dog beach, so I can have Atlas running loose, and which just makes my day so much more relaxing because I don't have to walk around in a leash with him, and he's not the best dog to be in a leash because he's an ex-street dog, so obviously it's a new phenomenon to him. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here at this beach trying to find some sort of clue, I guess, of what I want to do in my life, where I want to go and how to make this next decision. And whenever I feel this way, I always think to myself, even though it's such a hard thing to do, to make the decision of going away from home, that is when I need it the most. That is when going away from home is the most valuable, because new inputs is just so essential in a situation like that, because it makes me more able to take the decision that works best for me, where I'm not, biased from, oh, I'm just gonna stay here in my comfort zone, do whatever I usually do. I'm not really willing to take any risks. So whenever I have to make a big decision, I always like to go away from home because I feel more brave, I feel more inspired and willing to take chances. And also just those days where I kind of just want to be alone, it's still nice to be around other people and dogs. So yeah, I'll show you a little bit of how my day is going, and maybe give you an update later of how it went. So as you can see, Atlas has had a good day. He is filled with sand and he found so many dog friends. Atlas is very independent, and whenever I called him, he would stay a bit far away to make sure that we weren't going home. So he did his thing, I did my thing, but we always kind of knew where each other were, which was just a really awesome feeling. I definitely think that today has helped me feel more clear in my head, and yeah, such a great feeling to be able to feel different, to take that power back. It is just such a privilege to be able to wake up and think, today I don't feel brave, today I don't feel strong, I don't feel confident, I don't necessarily feel sad, but I don't feel courage. And to be able to make an active decision that helps me feel different. And for me, it's always been to get away. I know in one of my previous videos, I talk about going away for a few days. And I mean, that's just not always possible. And for me, just having a few hours away, even that really helps me feel in tune with myself. And yeah, just kind of inspired and confident. So yeah, I think just taking that power back and be able to make an active decision to feel different, that is such a confident booster.
Growing up, you can't really say that I increased my positive thinking on the world. Instead, big topics such as climate change, pandemics, and war has filled the public's attention and also affected my ability to be optimistic on where we as society are headed, including my very own future. So I guess some unconscious part of me shut down for the feelings to protect myself. But with the loss of great sadness came the loss of what I can only describe as magic. And quite frankly, I miss both extreme ends of this ever-swinging pendulum of life. Because before, great sadness would always culminate into something greater a few days after. For the past year, I have therefore been on the hunt for finding this part of me. Because what I realized, hence retrospective reflection, is that these emotions are a gift that I just didn't know how to utilize before. I guess the saying is true, that we don't really realize what we have until it's gone. But before, instead of leaning into them, I was on the run from them. I think that's what made them grow bigger and scarier. It's like trying to run from your very own shadow. Alexi! Alexi, baby! While I have sometimes thought that the purpose of life was happiness, I have come to realize that the true purpose is to love. And with love comes the vulnerability of loss and pain. And these two contrasting emotions works in a symbiosis. I don't think we can have one without the other. But lately, I have realized that I now suffer from some sort of long-term sedation that I have put upon myself, where I struggle to lean into the extreme of feelings because I guess it scares me. By doing that, I would have to reaffirm to myself that life really matters, that I only live once and truly feel the high stakes of life. And that scares me. Because for the last couple of years, I've had so many days where I just didn't truly seize what life had to offer. Instead, I was just thinking, another day that passed, which was neither great nor horrible, it just was. And I guess changing my mindset back would come with a great feeling of regret for all those times I didn't truly live or didn't risk anything at all. So here is to risks. I want to be better at taking them. Because while it's good to know our comfort zone, this zone of comfort will eventually shrink if we don't push back once in a while. And here is to sadness as well, because whenever I do feel sad, leaning into them rather than running away always helps. Sadness, pain, and loss is part of life. It's not something we should cover up, hide away, or quickly move on from. I think that the more we do that, the more we prolong the feeling. And if we think about it, sadness, in all its shapes and forms, is beautiful. I hope this video can be a reminder that sadness and happiness go hand in hand. So let them. Listen to sad songs, dance in your room, write emotional letters, and laugh with others. Because life should be felt. I hope you enjoyed this video diary, and remember that these are merely my opinions and experiences. But I hope you got something out of it, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. It would mean so much. Bye!
I wanna wander out of the valley where the river takes us far away from home. Time to ponder in the fields around me, where there's nothing but the breeze and the great unknown. Leave you worried